Hi everyone, it's Nishti here, specialist dietitian for children and parents. And in this video, I want to talk to you about some myths when it comes to cow's milk allergy. Make sure you stay till the end because I want to offer you something that may just be what you need after listening to these myths today. So the number one myth that I want to burst is all children with cow's milk allergy will lose weight. That is not the case. In fact, most children with cow's milk allergy have a healthy weight, but that doesn't mean that they are thriving. Healthy weight is only one indicator that a child is doing well, but then there are other things to look at. For example, their skin. And recently we've had a child who was told everything's fine, despite the fact that they really struggle with atopic eczema. Now, the weight of the child was okay, but the eczema was so severe, we put them on an amino acid formula because the child was formula fed, and they really helped to improve the symptoms of the skin. So food doesn't cause eczema, by the way, but it can make it worse. And atopic eczema is often a sign of a delayed allergy to cow's milk. So just because a baby has a healthy weight, it doesn't mean that they don't have cow's milk allergy. In fact, there are so many symptoms suggestive of cow's milk allergy, and we'll put them somewhere up here so you can have a look. So that was the number one myth, and I think it's quite an important one because we feel that in our clinic, a lot of parents have been told everything's fine just because their babies are at a healthy weight, despite the fact that they have abdominal pain or atopic eczema or mucus in the stools. Just because the baby has healthy weight, it doesn't mean everything's perfect. Okay, so that's number one myth. Number two is if a baby is swapped over to a formula that's milk-free, so we call these extensively hydrolyzed formulas or amino acid formulas. So if you're breastfeeding, this does not apply to you. But for those that are formula fed, we tell you to stay on this formula for 2 weeks, and then you should see an improvement in your child's symptoms. There is always a but. For some children, it's an immediate improvement, even within 24 hours. For some, it's up to 2 weeks. But for children whose skin is affected, because remember, the skin is the largest organ, okay? For skin-related cow's milk allergy, because remember, cow's milk allergy can affect the skin, the gastrointestinal tract, and also the respiratory tract. And we have, again, a video explaining all the symptoms, which we posted before anyway. So the skin for children who have atopic eczema, it takes a little bit longer. It could take maybe 4 weeks. So always be mindful if your child's skin is affected and you've been told that you should see an improvement in 2 weeks and you're getting quite impatient, then be patient because it could be that they just need a little bit more time. But saying that, for children with eczema, here at Nishti's Choice, we obviously, and according to guidelines, we change them straight over to an amino acid formula that's completely free from cow's milk. So we don't use an extensively hydrolyzed formula, but that's a whole nother topic. Okay, so it can take longer than 2 weeks for a child to settle and for the symptoms to settle, particularly if the skin is affected. Number three is that, what have I written here? What was number three? So vomiting is a symptom of lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is often mistaken for being an allergy to cow's milk because lactose intolerance is extremely rare in children. And we have a blog that explains lactose intolerance in such detail. I urge you to check it out. We'll link it below this video. Lactose intolerance in children is extremely rare. But if your child has had loose stools, they may well become lactose intolerant just for a little while, not forever. And because vomiting is not a symptom of lactose intolerance, you may have been told that your child is lactose intolerant because they're vomiting and they may have diarrhea. No. It's very important to work with a healthcare professional that knows about this type of like allergies, because particularly the difference between lactose intolerance and cow's milk allergy, because they're often mistaken for being the same thing, but they're not. And yesterday we had a patient who's been changed over to SMA Althera, which is an extensively hydrolyzed formula. The baby has diarrhea, but symptoms have not improved on SMA Althera. Now, why is that? That's because the baby has diarrhea, and SMA Althera contains lactose. And when we have diarrhea, we become secondary lactose intolerance. We become lactose intolerant secondary to gastroenteritis, sorry. There is a blog I've written, and I actually wrote this for GPs and did some training for them. So make sure you check that out. So if your baby has had diarrhea, yes, they could be lactose intolerant, but just for a little while, not forever. So it's very important to, one, know the difference between cow's milk allergy and lactose intolerance, and two, not be on a lactose-free formula for no reason. For more than 6 weeks, it's not needed anymore, particularly if symptoms have improved. No, then you need to go back on a cow's milk formula. But as I said, check out the blog. It will explain a lot more. Lactose intolerance is not an allergy, okay? Whereas cow's milk allergy is an allergy. Okay, so now that you've stayed to the end, I want to explain what we are offering potential new clients. You have the chance to speak to me for free. We offer this service to all people around the world, and we've had people from Turkey, from the US, even from Australia. So make sure you make the most of it. It's completely free, and I won't ask you to listen. I'm not going to ask you to fill in a form and all that afterwards. No, it's a no obligation chat with myself to see how we can help you or your baby, and it's completely free. And if you want to, of course, you can take out a package with us. But if not, if we can provide you with some level of clarity, that's what we're here for. So make sure you email us on info@nishtischoice.com and make the most of this availability to speak with myself for free for up to 15 minutes. Okay, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. Which myth was your favorite? Number 1, the weight one. Number 2, the formula 2-week window one. Or number 3, the lactose intolerant one. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.